For those of you who are well informed about the fictional horror scene in the real world, you have probably heard of Slenderman, a fictional character that actually originated as an internet meme and creepypasta phenomenon. Created by Eric Knudsen, also known by his online pseudonym Victor Surge, in 2009, Slenderman quickly became a popular and iconic figure within online horror communities. He is depicted as an unnaturally tall and thin humanoid figure, typically portrayed wearing a black suit with a stark white, featureless face. His arms are often depicted as long and tentacle-like, capable of extending and retracting. The concept of Slenderman gained widespread popularity through online communities, particularly horror forums and image-sharing platforms, which led to the creation of various media adaptations based on Slenderman, including video games and films. The character of Slenderman gained significant attention beyond internet circles when it was linked to a 2014 criminal case, a case that we'll be diving into today. It happened in Waukesha, Wisconsin, where two friends, Morgan Geezer and Anissa Wire, both 12 years old at the time, attended the same school and shared a common interest in Slenderman. The girls believed Slenderman was real and that he could harm them or their families if they didn't carry out a violent act to prove their loyalty. On May 30th, 2014, Morgan, Anissa, and their friend Peyton Lutner had a sleepover to celebrate Morgan's birthday. Throughout spending their time together, Morgan and Anissa discussed their plans to murder Peyton in order to appease Slenderman. The following day, the three girls went to a nearby park to play. Morgan and Anissa had previously plotted to carry out the attack in the bathroom at the park, since there would have been a drain for the blood. But they changed their minds when they failed to knock her out and convinced her to go birdwatching with them. Once they were deep in the woods, disaster struck. In a shocking and brutal act, Morgan and Anissa repeatedly stabbed Peyton with a knife they had brought with them. Peyton sustained 19 stab wounds, including one that narrowly missed a major artery near her heart. Despite the severity of her injuries, Peyton managed to crawl out of the woods and onto a nearby path, where she was found by a passing cyclist. The cyclist immediately called 911, and Peyton was taken to the hospital for emergency surgery. Her injuries were life-threatening, but she eventually recovered from the attack. Morgan and Anissa fled the scene after the attack to go visit Slenderman at Slender Mansion in Nicolet National Forest, but they were soon found by local law enforcement near a highway. They were taken into custody and questioned separately by the police. During their interrogations, both girls admitted to planning the attack and cited their belief in Slenderman as the main motivating factor. Morgan noted that she felt no remorse, while Anissa claimed that she felt guilty. Both the girls were charged as adults with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Their legal defense teams argued that the girls were mentally ill and unable to fully comprehend the consequences of their actions. As a matter of fact, Morgan was diagnosed with early-onset schizophrenia. In 2017, Anissa took a plea deal in which she pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of attempted second-degree intentional homicide, and had a jury determine if she would be sent to prison or be found not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect, as a result of her insanity defense. Since the latter occurred, Anissa was subsequently sentenced to 25 years in a mental health facility instead of being sent to prison. In 2018, Morgan Geezer took a similar plea deal by pleading guilty to attempted first-degree intentional homicide, while maintaining her insanity defense without any opposition from the prosecution. She was found not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect, and was sentenced to 40 years in a mental health institution. In more recent developments regarding this incident, Anissa was issued a conditional release in July 2021, as she claimed she was no longer a threat to society, and that in order to become a productive member of the society, she needs to be a part of it. The victim, Peyton, claimed that the situation helped her form the life that she is grateful to have now, with her following her plan of pursuing a career in the medical field, a goal that she believes was inspired by what happened to her. The Slenderman attack shocked the nation and brought attention to the influence of internet culture, mental health issues, and the blurred lines between reality and fantasy, especially among young individuals. It also underscored the responsibility of creators and consumers of fictional content to consider the potential consequences it can have on the world, especially youthful minds.